Hello shrimps. Today I'm wearing something different. Can you see what I'm wearing? That's right, a hat on my head because, and a scarf to keep me warm. Because today is a proper winter's day. When I woke up this morning and looked out my window, I couldn't believe my eyes. Just look over my shoulder. The ground was covered with snow. It's just what we've been waiting for. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was so excited. So, today, my little girl and even Mr. Nolan has been busy in the garden with me. I did a little bit, but they did most of it. And they made some special little people. Now, we were talking about these last week, the snow families. And today, we've got some in our garden. Can you see? I'm in my conservatory. If you look over my shoulder, there's one snowman there. And there's another one there. How many snowmen have we made? 2. There's one that's shaped a bit like a triangle, which is the one behind me, you can see. And there's one that's got, I can't do it on the screen. 1, 2, 3 balls. We made him with 3 balls. And he turned into a beautiful snowman with a cap on his head. Mr. Nolan, I did that one. So, I think I'm just about warm. My gloves are drying on the radiator because it's so cold and wet out there when you're making a snowman and you actually feel it. It's really cold. Maybe I'll go and get a big blob of snow in a minute. I'll show you then. Right, so we've got a story today. It's our last one before we move on to our next topic. And it's called One Winter's Day. And it's such a lovely story, this one. If you actually touch the book, it's a different texture. It's all smooth there. Shiny here. But this bit is a bit smooth and furry. Oh, what's he got on his head? He's got a hat on. He's got a scarf on. And he's got, not gloves, what are they called when you can't see the fingers? Mittens, that's right. He's got mittens on. So let's have a little look. Oh, there's a snowy scene. Oh, look at that, children. It's beautiful. So the title again, One Winter's Day. So what do we know about the weather when it's a winter's day? What could it be like? Before we carry on reading, what could it be like? That's right, it could be cold and snowy. It could just be rainy and cold, but it's not usually very warm on a cold winter's day. That's why I've got my scarf on in my conservatory. It's not really cold in here because the radiator's there, but actually the door is open because my dog is outside. He's gone for a little wander to see the snowman. So, One Winter's Day. I'm going to read it to you and we'll find out all about this. Oh, who's this character, do you think? What animal is he? That's right, he's a hedgehog. Let's turn the page. Little Hedgehog was making his bed for the winter when a sudden gust of wind blew him off his feet. It took hold of his cosy nest and it tossed it high into the air. So you also get wind in the wintry months as well. A gust of wind took his nest away. Oh no, that's not very good because he needs his nest, doesn't he? Little Hedgehog trembled as the wind whistled round him and he wondered what to do. He caught hold of his scarf and his hat and his mittens before they blew away, and he tried to shelter under the tree roots, but wherever he went, the wind was there as well. So windy and cold. I'll have to stay with Badger until this storm has gone, he said at last, pulling his woolly hat firmly over his prickles. Then he snuggled into his cosy scarf and he put on his mittens and with a deep breath he set off. The wind was even stronger in the meadow. Leaves swirled here and there, and snowflakes filled the air. Snowflakes! Little Hedgehog hadn't gone far when he bumped into a family of little tiny... What are these children? That's right, they're little mice. They're field mice. They were shivering in the long grass because it's so cold. Shivering they were. I've never known such a storm, squeaked Mother Mouse. The wind has blown our nest far, far away, and my poor babies are so cold. My home has been blown away as well, said Little Hedgehog. I'm on my way to find Badger, but I have just the thing to warm you up. And he took off his woolly hat and he gave it to Little Mice. Oh, lovely, they squeaked, snuggled down out of the wind. Thank you, Little Hedgehog, thank you. Little Hedgehog tucked his nose inside his scarf and he ran along beside the racing river. Otter was on the bank. Can you see this animal here? He is an otter. What a lovely animal. It's very sleek. Otter was on the bank. He was huffing and puffing on his paws. Like that. Why do you think he's doing that? What would he be doing to his paws? That's right, he might be warming them up. Hello, Otter, shouted Little Hedgehog. What are you doing? Oh, hello, Hedgehog, replied Otter. My fur coat keeps me warm, but my paws are so freezing cold. Oh, poor old Otter. Here, have these, said Little Hedgehog, giving Otter his mittens. They should do the trick. Oh, thank you, Little Hedgehog, said Otter. These are great, but shouldn't you be at home in this cold weather? I have no home any more, Little Hedgehog said. The wind has blown it away. Oh, and running on, he cried, I'm going to stay with Badger, though. I must go now. Off he goes. Oh, look at the snowflakes coming down. It's definitely blowing his scarf. You can see it blowing in the wind. By the time Little Hedgehog reached the wood, the snow was getting deeper. On and on he struggled, picking his way through between the snowdrifts as the wind howled around him. So he's getting really tricky, his journey now. The snow's so deep. Oh, look, there's another animal, another character in this. Who can you see? What can you see? Let's see, a mother deer and her fawn. Do you know what a fawn is, children? A fawn is a baby deer. That's right, a baby deer is called a fawn. So the little tiny one is the fawn, and there's the mum. Her deer and her fawn were sheltering in the bushes. Oh, Little Hedgehog, why aren't you in your nest in this awful storm? She asked. So Little Hedgehog told Mother Deer about his nest blowing away. But as he spoke, he saw that Little Fawn was shaking with the cold. So cold. Here, take this, he said, giving the fawn his scarf. Oh, how kind you are, said Mother Deer. Thank you, Little Hedgehog. That's so nice, isn't it? Little Hedgehog pattered on faster and faster, but just as he finally saw Badger's house at the bottom of the hill, he skidded on the icy path. Help! He cried as he went bumping and bouncing through the snow. He went wee, bump. Poor little Hedgehog. Must be. Oh, look, it's the bottom of a tree. It's got a little door. It must be Badger's house. Can you see the badger? Wow, that's a beautiful picture. That's a little doorway. Badger was making tea when he heard a big thud outside. Whatever was that? He cried, dropping his toast. When he opened the door, a prickly snowball rolled in. Who's the prickly snowball? Yes, it's the hedgehog. Gracious me, he said in surprise. It's Little Hedgehog. Badger carried Little Hedgehog to an armchair by the fire and he gave him a cup of tea. Little Hedgehog told Badger about his journey through the storm, and then, cosy and warm, he fell fast asleep. Look at that nice warm fire. Remember, you don't touch fire, but you can sit in front of it and keep warm. Little Hedgehog stayed with Badger until the storm had gone. As they walked to where his house had been, Little Hedgehog was very worried. How can I build a strong new nest if all the leaves and twigs have blown away and there's nothing left for me? He asked anxiously. I will help you, said Badger kindly. We're nearly there now, look. Are you ready for a surprise? Let's see. Look, children, look. Surprise! Came the cry when they turned the corner. Little Hedgehog gasped with delight. The animals he'd met in the storm had made him the cosiest nest he'd ever seen. For the kindest hedgehog in the world, they all cried. So all his friends, can you remember who they were? Who did he meet first? He met the little mice first, and then who did he meet? The otter, and then he met the deer, and then he met the badger. All his friends helped to build this lovely nest, so he's nice and warm now. And that was the end. So because he was kind to his friends, they were kind back to him, weren't they? Which is a lovely story. What a lovely happy ending. So now Hedgehog can go and keep warm in his little house. And I can close the conservatory door because my dog's come in now. Ooh, now in this weather, something else we need to do is make sure that we feed the birds. I've got my bird food. Shall I go and get some snow for you to see? Just wait there then. And my little dog. Hello, Holly. Say hello to everyone. This is Holly the dog. She wants to come with me. I'm just going to go and get you some snow to actually see what it's like. Big lump of it. Look, children, it's real snow. It's real snow, and the dog wants some as well. Right, I'm going to go and put this back outside. I might make some snowballs and my dog can chase them. She loves doing that, Holly does. Right, so I'm going to go and put this snow outside. Oh, what do you think's happening to the snow in my hands? Can you see any drips yet? That's right, it's melting down my sleeve. It's melting because it's warm in here in my conservatory. Right, I'm going to go and put this snow back and feed some of the birds so they can keep warm. And then you can go and have some fun now. And you can have a little think about your home and how it's kept warm. Ask your grown-ups, how does our home keep warm? I've got radiators in my house. They get very warm. I mustn't touch them sometimes because they get quite hot. But think about how you keep warm. Think about your clothes you wear. Think about your home and your radiators. Think about when you're in bed. How do you keep warm? That's right, you pull your blankets over you. Okay, right, maybe you could go and make a little den for your little hedgehog or your little cuddly toys. Keep them warm. Off you go. Go and find some cushions and some blankets and make a lovely den, and then send me a picture of a nice, warm, cosy den in your home. That'll be lovely. Right, got to go now and go and put my snow back in my garden.